now I'd like to turn to my friend from Oklahoma, Mark Wayne Mullins, to share his thoughts on the EPA.
I'd like to thank the gentlelady from Missouri. This is something that's very near and dear to my heart. The only reason I stand in front of you is because I realized one day that the biggest threat that I had to my family business was the federal government. From the over-regulating us, and I woke up one day and realized I was literally spending 40 cents on every dollar that came in our company to simply comply with different mandates and regulations that came down from this area. I never dreamed I would ever stand up here one day as a congressman. It was never a thought. I never even owned a suit until after I won the election. But my family, we're strongly rooted in entrepreneurs, from farming to plumbing all the way to banking. And we understand regulation well. But the biggest threat we have to this economy is overreaching regulations. And let me share just a real quick story. My uncle Darrell Mullin from Clear Fork, Oklahoma, big metropolitan area. I'm sure everybody around here has heard of that. Same place he was born and raised. Same place my dad and his brothers and sisters were born and raised. He's been raising chickens right there since 1971. 42 years he's raised chickens, and he raised a family raising chickens and farming. And the EPA came in and started fining people on little silly stuff, including feathers. Fining poultry growers, chicken farmers on feathers. Now, you're going to tell me that a place where my Uncle Darrell grew up his entire life, he doesn't have pride on the land that he lives on? You're telling me people that have never stepped home and probably never even stepped foot in a farm, but they're up here in D.C., they know how to manage our land better than we know how to manage our land? I find it a joke. It's embarrassing. And they should be embarrassed, because they're going to kill the entrepreneur spirit. And they're going to run small farmers out of business. In 2013 was the last batch of chickens my Uncle Darrell got. Wasn't because of his health, wasn't because he didn't want to still manage it, but he just got to the point where it wasn't profitable for him to be able to do it anymore. He was spending all his time rather doing what he loves, trying to comply with mandates that the EPA is putting down on small farmers all over the country. And what we're seeing is these small farmers have raised families, and they were raised on the same farm. Generations of farmers are starting to have to sell out. And large corporations that have more people to balance the pay, to balance the cost around, are having to come in and take the spot of these small farmers that started the same way my uncle did. Now, you tell me, what good are they doing? Are they helping America? No, they're killing the entrepreneur spirit of America. They're costing us jobs. They're taking our way of life. They're running families. You know, this country was built on the back of farmers. The work ethic that we have as Americans came from the farming community. We get up every day, we pull our boots on, we go to work, and we take pride because we accomplished something that no one else can accomplish. And we did it that day. We come over challenges every day. More and more challenges we overcome, and it's something we take pride in. You can't tell us we can't do a job. One that can tell us we can't. But one challenge we haven't been able to come over, and that's right here in Washington, D.C. That's bureaucrats that get up every day and try to tell us how to live our lives. And yet we survived all these years without them. And the EPA, as I stand in front of the gentlelady from Missouri today, the EPA, they're the biggest threat we have to this country right now. They're the biggest threat we have to our way of life right now. And they're doing nothing but costing us jobs by trying to say they're saving us from ourselves. It's embarrassing, but I'm sure glad I'm up here, stand in front of you today to fight for our way of life. I'd like to thank the gentlelady from Missouri for giving me this time, giving me the opportunity to stand in front of you, and thank you for exposing the EPA for what they are instead of what they hide behind. I yield back.